Today on Bakes and Blenders, we're going to be making delicious strawberry rolls topped with a yummy lemon glaze. They're incredible and I can't wait to show you how to make them. So let's get started. We're going to start by making our strawberry filling. That way it has time to cool before we assemble our rolls. Add your frozen strawberries and sugar to a saucepan. Then combine your lemon juice, cornstarch into a little slurry. Add that, place it over medium to medium-low heat, and mix and stir to melt the strawberries. Once the strawberries have defrosted and melted a bit, go ahead and continue to stir and try to break down those strawberries as much as possible. Increase the heat to medium to slightly medium high and continue to stir and break down those strawberries until the filling has thickened and is beginning to bubble. Add your vanilla, stir, and then let the filling sit at room temperature until it has cooled down. I like to stir it every now and then to help it cool down evenly and more quickly. Then you can cover it and place it in the fridge until you need to use it. You'll find the recipes used in this video in the description box below. Scald your milk and water in a small saucepan on the stove until it is hot but not boiling. Let it cool slightly and then add it to the bowl of your stand mixer. You can immediately add the butter to begin cooling the liquid. Once the mixture has come down to about 100 degrees Fahrenheit to 115 degrees Fahrenheit, you can begin to add the rest of your ingredients. To the bowl, add your egg, sugar, yeast, lemon zest, dough enhancer if you're using, and the bread flour. And don't forget the salt at the very end. Mix on low to combine the ingredients and gradually increase the speed until you are at a medium speed, and you can knead the dough for about 7 minutes. You can find links to the products that I've used in the description box below this video. I like to finish kneading the dough by hand just to get a good feel of how it's coming together. It should be a very soft dough and tacky, but not so sticky that it is like glue on your hands. Lightly oil a bowl, place the dough in there, flip it to make sure it's got a nice thin layer of oil all around, cover and set your dough aside to rise. Once your dough has doubled in size, you can turn it out onto your rolling mat and press out some of the gas. Roll the dough out into a rectangle that is roughly 12 by 16 inches. As I roll my dough, I like to pause every now and then to stop and reshape the edges of my dough into a nice rectangle to make sure I'm keeping a very good shape. If you find that one corner or one section of your dough just isn't falling into line, make sure to work from further back in the dough and pull the dough with the rolling pin in that direction. So you might find yourself kind of rolling into the four corners, pat the dough into a rectangle shape, and then continue to roll. Once your dough is the right size and shape, you can bring out your strawberry filling. It helps if you've got your strawberry filling nice and fine and there aren't too many large chunks. Go ahead and spoon it over your dough in a nice even layer. As you add the strawberry filling to your dough, make sure to leave some space along the two short sides. It does not need to be much, but as you roll, the filling might squeege out a bit. And then on the far long side of your dough, you want to leave a little bit longer space because as you roll, the filling will be pushed forward a bit and you want to have some dry, uncovered dough to close the seam of your log when you're done rolling. Now you can begin rolling up your strawberry rolls. Work steadily and carefully to roll the dough around the filling, trying not to squeeze it too much and trying to keep it fairly tight. You don't want it very loose. Mine was a little loose, but you don't want it too tight either. I also suggest having a paper towel on hand. As you roll up the filling, you're going to get it on your fingers, and it'll be a lot easier if you just wipe that off every now and then. Once you've got everything rolled up, pinch the seam to close, and then you can roll it seam side down to begin cutting and portioning out your strawberry rolls. Find the halfway point on your log. Mine was about 7.5 inches in. Make a little mark and then divide each half of the log into 4 equal portions, which will give you 8 strawberry rolls. Now you can use just a sharp knife to make little tick marks of where you're going to cut each roll. I have this really cool pastry cutter that looks like a bunch of pizza wheels all connected on like an accordion, and so that was really great for scoring the dough to give me nice even-sized rolls. And while you can also use a nice sharp knife to cut your rolls, I highly recommend using unflavored dental floss. These rolls have a very soft filling. The dough is very soft. If you use a knife, it may make a huge mess. Instead, wiggle that dental floss underneath, pull it up, and cross it over, and you will get a nice, even cut. Place the rolls in a greased 9x13 baking dish as you cut them. Once you've got all the rolls in your baking dish, go ahead and cover and set those aside to have one final rise while you preheat the oven. Bake the rolls at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes or until a gorgeous golden brown. If they do begin to brown too quickly, you can always tent a piece of foil over them. Let the rolls cool before we get started on the lemon glaze. This lemon glaze is so easy to make. Simply add water, lemon juice, and 1 drop of neon yellow food gel to your powdered sugar. I suggest adding lemon juice and water a little bit at a time until you have the right flavor and consistency for you. You will only need about 3 to 4 tablespoons of liquid, so if you want a very intense lemon flavor, you could even try using all lemon juice, but that might be a bit intense. If you would like it to be very mild, you use more water. The consistency is also up to personal preference. Add more liquid for a runnier lemon glaze, or if you add too much liquid and it's too runny, you can always add in a bit more powdered sugar to thicken it up. Once you're happy with the flavor and consistency, go ahead and add your lemon glaze to a piping bag. Whenever you're ready to glaze your strawberry rolls, simply snip the tip off of your bag and add as much of the delicious lemon glaze to your rolls as you'd like. Serve these strawberry rolls warm or at room temperature. They are so soft and sweet with that tart lemon glaze. It's a delicious combination. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Happy baking!